So what we're gonna do is
I have no idea about hard
yeah,
drives.
okay, yeah, don't worry about that. So hard drive is a place the system stores the where the system stores the information, like your files and folders. Everything is stored on your hard drive here. Okay, so in Linux, I'll show you how the hard drives work. So here, very first drive, so you have very first drive, right? Zafar 01. So what does that mean is Zafar 01 dash um, VDI, right? Dot VDI. So this drive is represented with dev slash SD1, SDA, sorry. And the second one, Zafar 01 dot hyphen disk 1 dot VDI. Okay, this is actually disk 2, and this will be represent dev SDA B. Okay, so it goes down through the letters. Okay, Zafar 01 hyphen disk 2 dot VDI. And can you guess what would this be? Dev slash SD after B, what does it come? C. So it goes into the sequence like that, all the way up to the 27 drive. So if you have like here Zafar 01
So what
hyphen,
is this? Uh,
these are hard drives.
Hard drives. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you by giving Dave and SDCAB? What do you want to? What are we doing with that?
So each hard drive, first one is
Hmm.
represented with dev slash SD.
Okay.
The second one is dev slash SDB. Third one is dev slash SDZ. All the way when it comes to disk number 26. What would be the disk number 26? It's an English lettering, right? SDZ. Okay. Now, if you have like 27 drives in there, you are on to a 27 drive. How would that work? That would be dev slash SD A. It starts all over here from A, then it starts
Eh,
adding A here. Okay,
Okay.
now the 28 one would be Zafar 01 hyphen disk 28, and the 28 disk will be SDA
B.
B. Very good. So you got the idea here. You could have like a lot of disk in the system here. So one thing to note is when you say this here dev slash SDAB, all these are like file. These are represented with file.
I was just going through the project. Uh, we did not do the Symlink.
Yeah, we
Say
did.
sim. Yeah.
Symlink is symbolic link. Symlink we did it, right?
We did not.
So let's see here. Right here, you go into links here, right? This is hard link. Okay, so these are links here. So this is hard link and symlink. Let's take a look here. Okay, so
Okay.
soft link is referred to as symlink. Is it a symbolic
Oh,
link
okay.
or symlink? So it's soft link I'm referring it to. Okay, all right.
Okay. In the end of the class, can we go through hard link and soft link again if you don't mind? I'm a little confused in that.
Okay, no problem. All right, so like moving along. So in the system, how do you see the drives attached to the system here? Okay, from the screen here, the command is lsblk. Okay, now what do you have here? This is sda, very first one. sdb is I'm going to come to the other ones what it means here. So other ones are the partition inside each drive. Okay, now sdb is this one here, and this is sdc. Okay, and sdd, sde, f, g, h, all the way to h here, y, h. So let's give it a count here. One, a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h. So all the way to the H drive. So we have to worry about only that starts with SDA, SDB, SDC, SDH. This one here is for CD-ROM. We're not going to cover that, but we are only worried about what we have here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is don't worry about the command I'm going to run. This need to be reset again. So I'm just resetting it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so SDA, this is the drive that is created or being used when you install the operating system. So this part you don't have to worry about. When you go into the job, when you look at this SDA, this would already be there. Okay, unless you are a system engineer, which I'm not covering this as a system, I'm covering this as a system administrator. So when you go in there, SDA will be already be there. So you just have to worry about anything after that. So the command to see is lsblk. Alright, this command shows you the output of all the disks. Okay, so all these disks here from B to A, right now these are blank disks. They're just sitting there and not being used. SDA to SDH are blank disk at the moment. Okay, not being used. Okay, so how are we going to use this? This is where the logical volume disk management comes in. LVM, LOGICAL, logical volume manager. Okay, so what will happen here is, let's do this. Okay, so to start off with, how we're gonna do is, sorry, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use three disks here, three random disks here, SDE, F, and G. So what we need to do is we need to combine these three disks together. So what will happen is I'm combining these three disks, and the size of each disk is over here, 16 GB, 6 GB, and 12 GB. So when we combine these three disks, what the total will be? What would be the total? 16 plus 6 plus 12. Okay, so the total will be what do we have, 22, so total will be 34 disks. Okay, 34 gigabyte. Are you following me?
Yes, yes, I am.
Good. So we have 34 gigabyte of disk space here. So what we're going to do is combine total. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine three disks together here. Okay, so the formula, I mean the commands we're going to use is, first make it a physical volume. Okay, the command is pv create. So physical volume pv create is physical volume create. So now what we're gonna have to do is we have to give what drives you want to create as a physical volume. So we took this
So
as,
these are the drives which we are gonna create.
yeah, we're gonna put it together actually. The drives are there, but we're gonna put it
Okay,
together and make it a one single drive. Okay,
okay.
so we have SDE, F, and G. So what is, how is SDE represented? So we have to go up here and say def slash SDC, or
See,
we're gonna use, instead of C we're gonna put D.
okay,
Def slash
but okay, okay, got it now.
SDE. Okay, what about the second drive we chose to do it is F, right? So
SDF,
how, what is the whole thing? Def slash,
slash dev and slash SDF,
oh very good, and def slash SDG.
SDG.
Okay. All right. So once we have this here, I'm gonna hit enter. Volume. What is the answer here? Okay, so can't initialize SDE. Okay, so there is a problem going on with def slash SDE and F. So give me 1 second here. Let me see what is going on with it. So PV create dev slash sde. Okay. So it's giving me some kind of error because previously I've used this. And if you get this message here, go ahead and do this. SDEFG. Okay. So I'm gonna, instead of putting all three disks together, I did individually so that I got the message here. So this is what you should do here. Okay, you may or may not get this here. If you get this, go ahead and put yes here. Now what I'm going to do is to verify if it has created, what you could do is PVS. Okay, so let me clear this. PVS warning SDEFG. Okay, so don't worry about these ones here because these are the ones uh, which I have used it previously. So give me 1 second here. Hold on. Okay, so this one did have issue too. So I'm going to copy this part and put it here. So do it individually here, okay? Don't do it together. I think your server, somebody else might have used it also. If you run into this problem, just do this here. All right, so dev slash sdg is created. So let's do pvs. Okay. So now when you type pvs command, it will tell you the physical volume show. This is what it's called, physical volume show, and this is the output here. So let me explain this.
Okay. Yeah, it shows me physical volume successfully created.
Okay, very good then. Yours is working good.
So
PV,
should I try making combining three of them and doing it?
no, if you do it individually, then it's fine. Okay, so over here, the first SDA, don't worry about them. That is managed by the operating system. Now, as long as you see these three here, we are good. So PVS
Yeah.
is a command that will tell you that this is a disk, and it is the format it's using is logical volume 2. That's the format it's using in the background here, so we don't have to worry about those things. Those are much more technical nitty-gritty things. We are not worried about it. And over here it says physical volume size is 16 GB, and how much space is available? 16 GB is available.
16.
So is for the rest of them. Why is it 16 available? Because it's not being used yet.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this together and make it a big volume group.
A writing pad.
Okay, so how would the volume group work? So what we're going to do is we're going to use the command vg-create. This is a new command we're learning now. Vg-create, and I'm going to give the name of the group. I'm combining all the three disks here, but that three disks need to have a name. So I'm going to give a name ZMPT01. And now this time around I'm going to give three disks together. Either you could do it together.
What does VG means?
Volume group. I'll show you in a minute.
Volume group. Okay. So you're combining all three of them and then.
Yeah, so I'm combining all three of them together, and it says it's successful here. So what does a volume group means? It's combining three disks together. So over here, let me explain that to you. So what we have is dev slash SDE, dev slash SDF, and dev slash SDG. Okay, and SDG is about 12 GB. Okay, SDE is 16 GB, and SDF is 6 GB. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine all these three together. So let me put a different color for each of them so that it is representing each separate drive. Okay, now when we combine all these three together, what is the total? So all these three together is combined into one big chunk, and that would be uh, okay, now this is big chunk here, ZMPT01, and this is about 34 GB. Okay, any questions? This is combined to all three together. This is 34 GB.
No.
Okay, so now there is another command we call VGS. VGS, that means volume group show. You see ZMPT01, and it has three separate drives built into it, and the total is about 34 GB. VGS volume group show. Now we have a big chunk of disk here. Now what we need to do is we need to give access to, like, all of a sudden we were told like we have 4 different departments and they need a disk size. Okay, so here we have 4 different departments here in the company. They want the space to put some data on the disk. So over here, what I'm going to do is accounting and 4 GB and finance is 6 GB. Okay, HR, they want something like 2 GB, okay? And then database, they want something like 10 GB. Okay, so
So
now we
you
have
have to create these ones?
we have I'm sorry.
These are already in the system, right? The
No,
hard disk?
no, these are the small partitions we're gonna make for each accounting, finance, and
Okay.
HR. Okay.
So, oh, we are gonna make this.
Yeah. So when you see VGS, we're gonna use ZMPT01 and chop it up into smaller pieces that are required here. Okay. Is it making sense now? So this is a big chunk. Out of
Yeah,
that, we're
got
gonna
it.
make a smaller chunks. Okay. And then give them access to each chunk to the department they need. Okay. So how are we going to create that? So the first command is lv create -n means new, and then we're going to create for accounting
What
ACCO.
does LV stands for?
LV stands for logical volume create. So let me do the command and I'll explain to you. Accounting, then -L, capital L, that means create logical. And what is the size we want? 4 GB. So over here we just type 4G. Okay, and where we cutting this out of? We are cutting this out of ZMPT01. Oh god. Okay. Alright, so let me copy this here. LV create. Logical volume create. Okay, that's what the command stands for, and I'm going to explain the command here. So one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down here, the command. Okay, so okay, so LV create, what is LV create? It's a command. Okay, -n means new. So we're telling the system LV create a new, and the logical volume name would be accounting. Name of logical volume. Hyphen L means make logical. And 4G is size. 4 gigabyte is the size. And then the volume group. Okay, now help me out looking at the same command over here. Now the next, what is the next one I need to make, Husna?
Finance.
Finance, right? Okay, look
Yeah.
at this and
So
help
it's
me.
going to
What
be
do I
LV
need to do?
create.
Very
LV,
good.
yeah, I already did it. LV create hyphen N.
Very good.
Finance.
And
Financing. Oh, it's just finance.
yeah, I mean
Hyphen, yeah, hyphen L.
hyphen capital L. Yeah.
Yeah. 6 GB.
Yes. But make sure don't put GB here. Just put capital G.
Okay.
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 And ZMPT01. And if you get this message, just put Y. You may or may not get it, because the reason I'm getting is
Yeah.
because I have worked on this before.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Okay, very good. Now the third one is HR. So what we need to do is just move the mouse around this time. I'm going to say HR. Okay, and HR is how much? 2 GB. Okay, it's gonna give that message. And database is 10 GB. Okay, there you go. So I think you got the idea what is happening here. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the LVS command. LVS, logical volume show. Okay, there you go. You have the output here. So these are managed by the operating system. I'm not worried about that. But this will show you the output information of all the disk here. The one you may or may not have created, but it will show you everything here. So the one we are interested in, these. Okay? So you could come here and verify whatever you created is working. Accounting ZMPT01 4G, database 10G, finance 6G, HR 2G. Okay? Any questions?
No.
Now what we're gonna do is let's do VGS, which we already done earlier. Okay, so now the VGS is showing the total is 34 GB and 12 GB is left. So how is 12 GB left? Okay, 34 minus, let's do 10, that'll be 24. 24 minus 4 is 20. 20 minus 6 is what? 14 minus 2 is 12. So 12 GB. Okay. So it took it out of the ZMPT01. Now the final step is to format the disk. Okay, so we have to make the disk ready to be used here. So just imagine what we did here is, and in here, so on the bottom, let me split it, insert below, and split the cells into 5. Okay, one is accounting, and accounting is how much? 4 GB. Finance is how much? 6 GB. Okay, and the next one is HR is how much? 2 GB. And database is 10 GB. And free is 12 GB. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this like this here. Accounting is gonna be this color, and finance. So you're getting the picture here, what is happening here, right?
Yes.
Okay, and mm, okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a partition file system. Now format the um, logical volumes as XFS file system. So what is file system? Imagine you have a room, right? Okay, in that room either you could have a carpet or hard floor, correct? So it's just the flooring, what kind of flooring you have there. Okay, so there are more than one flooring in the Unix environment, which is file system, but I'm going to show you only one because XFS is only being used here. This is the most recent one and is being used right now. So the command is mkfs dot xfs. And now, okay, before that, uh, okay, now what we're gonna do is mkfs dot xfs, and this time around is going to be dev again, and then what would be instead of dev here, instead of this space, what would be here? Okay, so
Free. SD.
okay, SDE part is done. Okay, instead of that, what can we give here? Slash dev SDE, SD,
SDF. No,
SDEF.
SDF is also drawn.
Yeah, SD, E, F, and G are gone. Now what are the part of what? What did we combine E, F, and G and made it into what?
ZMPT?
Yeah, very good. ZMPT 01. And now what we have to do is we have to we have to individually for install that flow ring into each room. So looking at the diagram here, what is the first room in here?
Accounting.
Very good. Accounting. And hit enter. Okay, whatever it comes out, it does that thing for you. Okay, and now this, what is the second room? Finance.
Finance.
Okay, and the third room is what? HR.
HR? Yeah.
And the fourth room is what? Database.
Data.
Okay, so I'm not going to copy all the output here. I'm going to just copy this here. Okay, now what we need to do is now make the disk usable. Okay, for that you need to create a mount point. Mount point means you have to attach a folder to the disk so that people could go into the folder and start saving to the disk. Okay, so what we're going to do is mkdir, and then I'm going to give each name associated with each department here. So I'm going to say mkdir accounting. Okay, so it's already created, existing, because I have done it already here. Finance. So let me just remove this directory here. All right, so accounting, database, finance, HR. Okay, now I'm going to say mkdir slash accounting, mkdir slash finance, mkdir slash HR, mkdir slash database. Okay, so all these things I'm going to create now, and all right, so mkdir database. Okay. Create mount point means specified directory. Okay. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to verify this. Verify the XFS is working or created. Okay, I'm gonna clear this, and the command is blkid, block id. Okay, and look for the one that says okay, so you would have double entries in here. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this part here, ZMPT01 accounting and all this part here. Okay, so make sure you know what this is. Okay, so all this information is important here. So don't ask me why is it saying a dev mapper here, but that's how it is. It's a built-in function designed by Linux here. So it says dev mapper ZMPT01 hyphen accounting. So it's adding it a UUID. Okay, UUID is universal universal unique ID, identification. That's what it stands for. And the only thing else we have to worry about is XFS file system. Now what we have to do is we have to make this usable. So what we're going to do is make the entries into /etc/fs tab file. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and copy this line. I'm going to say vi/etc/fs tab file. Okay, in here I'm going to say open. I'm going to paste this line here. So what you should do is, it's a good habit to copy this first line here and paste it, and what you have to do is replace this line here. Okay, now what is the folder for accounting? What is the folder for accounting? slash accounting. Okay, and then I'm gonna make three entries here. All I have to do is just go up here and change this around. Okay, the second one is
You're
finance.
doing this in VI Linux, right?
VI etc fs tab.
Oh, okay.
VI slash etc slash fs tab. I'm gonna come back in again. Okay, I'll show you. Finance, and I'm adding the associated directory. Okay, and the next one is HR. And database. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this here. All right, so go in and go into VI etc fs tab. I'm going to save and exit, but I'm going to clear the screen. VI slash etc slash fs tab. Okay.
What is FS?
FS
FS
tab
tab
means
means
file system table. Okay.
file system table. Oh, okay.
Okay. FS tab is, very good question, file system table. So it holds the file system information. Okay. Now this part you have to grab when you do lsblk, grab that. Or open a notepad and put all this into a notepad before you do it. So
Okay.
the good idea is do this here. Copy the first line where it says root. Okay, copy this and open a notepad and over here paste this and come back in here and change it to ZMPT hyphen accounting, and this one is accounting. Make sure there are no spelling mistakes here. Once you have done this, copy the line again and go to the second line, third line, fourth line, and just carefully delete accounting and make a correct changes here. Okay, so I'm going to do finance and accounting is change it to finance. Okay, and this one is HR. HR
Oops.
and database okay, and you could gently copy this and once you go into VI editor, go all the way down and do O. It will open a line, it will open a new fresh line here. Okay, and all you have to do is right click on it and it will paste it for you. Let me know if you are able to do it, or you think you want to share the screen.
You want to see my screen?
Yeah, are you caught up or?
Yeah, I am. I'm a little back, so I'm
Okay.
trying.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and share your screen.
How do you share the screen? Uh,
Uh,
I have no idea about it.
I, okay, don't worry then. So, were you able to make at least accounting entries?
Yeah, I did accounting, finance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and complete the rest. I'll wait for it.
Can you just show me your notepad again?
Yeah. Did you copy the very first line from the FS tab? This line. Make sure you copy this line. All you have to do is edit the line.
Um, it's not letting me copy that line.
No, just highlight it. Okay, as long as you highlight it, copy it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay, now once you save and exit, okay, what you have to do is you have to do the command mount hyphen a. Okay, and you should not get any error message. If you get error message, that means it didn't go through correctly. And to verify it's working, you type df hyphen
You
h.
can go ahead.
Okay, so when you type df hyphen h, you see all these file systems which are mounted here. Okay, now this is working correctly. All right, so now you see how naturally this is all mounted everything. You see accounting, you see finance, you see HR, and you see database here. Okay, all right, give me one moment here. So let's take a good 20-minute break. We'll come back here at noon Central Time, okay? And we'll continue.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get started now. So, um, all right, so we came along so much. So next thing we're gonna do is
I copied all of this stuff in
uh
the VIETC, but when I did DF hyphen H, it's not showing me. Like,
did you do mount hyphen
okay,
A? Mount space
yeah, I
hyphen
did.
A.
Yeah.
Okay, let me connect to your server actually. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna go VIETC FS tab. Okay. All right. All this looks good. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to slash and then put the name of the. Okay, hold on. Let me get out of this. You have to go and after slash, you have to put the folder name accounting, finance, and HR. So let me get out
Uh,
of it and you do it. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna cat it. All this part you did exactly correct. Looks good so far.
so after accounting, I have to write accounting again.
Over here, look closely. There is a slash, right?
Yeah. After slash, you have to write accounting again.
Yeah,
That's what you say.
yeah. Because we
Okay.
created this folder here. We created these folders. You created these folders. Do you remember creating these folders?
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure if you made a mistake, you have to type the mistake here too. Exactly the same.
Okay. Am I the only one in the class today?
No, Sufyan is there.
So I have to do mount hyphen A again.
Yeah. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it's working. It worked now. Yeah. Oh, I missed
So only
database.
problem I see is finance.
Oh, I missed finance. Yeah. Okay, I'll go back again.
Finance. So I think did you create the folder finance?
Yeah, I did.
But you did put in finance in there. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
But why is it not mounting?
No idea. Finance database.
Okay, so over here, what you missed is okay, so I won't be able to see what you see. So run this command again, mkfs for finance, mkfs dot xfs, and this command.
Okay. I'm too slow in typing.
No, don't worry about it. Then do mount space hyphen a. Did you run that command, mkfs?
Yeah, mkfs dot xfs dave zmp. Yeah. Should I do it again?
When did you do it? Did you do it just now or earlier? Did you do it earlier or you just do it now?
Sorry. I did that earlier and I did it again right now.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I was muted, so I was talking and you could not hear me.
Yeah. Do mount hyphen a again.
Okay.
When you do mount hyphen a, is it giving you an error message? Alright, let me take a look here.
Yeah. It says Mount Finance special device does not exist.
Okay, so let me do it from here. mkfs dot xfs dev zmpt. Oh, you type it wrong.
The
FIA
spelling. Oh,
finance. That's what you type it. XFS. Oh God. Okay. Now go into ETCFS tab and make sure you type it the same way. FIANCE. Okay, then it will work. Not to this part. This one leave
Yeah,
it as
got it.
is, but this one change it. FIANCE. FIANANCE.
Sorry. FIANANCE.
No, no, for the, hold on. So you,
Oh, it says again.
no,
It's
hold on. This one don't change it. This one you made it correctly. This part it was an error. So this is correct right now. Okay, because you're matching what the name exactly says. And change this back to finance.
oh, okay. Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, wait. Now do mount space hyphen A.
I did.
Okay. It's not coming up.
Yeah, it's not coming up again. DF.
Okay, hold on. So you're not in the file, right? Get out of the file.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not in the file.
Okay, so what you do is, okay, now, there you go. You see finance is already there. Alright, good work. So now let's exit out of here. And now all of a sudden we have HR, right? HR is only 2 GB. If you do DFF and HR is only 2 GB. So now what we need is, we got a request from HR that says, oh, 2 GB is not enough for us. We want to make it 10 GB, okay? So we need to add another 8 GB to it. So what we need to do is, before you start your work, um, extend HR file system to 10 GB. Okay, or HR file system to add additional 10 GB. 10 GB, okay? So before you do that, what you have to do is, you do VGS and make sure ZMPT have enough disk drive to accommodate additional 10 GB.
We have still 12 GB left.
So 12 GB is, that makes sense here. So there is enough space. So looking at it here, that means we have 10 GB here. So let me clear the screen.
Aisha!
And can you go on mute, please? So I'm going to say LV extend. The command is to extend, EXTEND. And now what we're going to do is hyphen, uppercase hyphen, and uppercase L, and you put a 10 plus 10G. And what do you want to extend? Dev slash mapper slash dev slash mapper slash ZMPT 01 hyphen HR. Okay, you get a message here. Size of the logical volume has changed from 2 GB to 12 GB. So 2 plus 10 is what? LV extend.
12.
Yeah, 2 plus 10 is 10. LV extend. So this is logical volume extend. Logical volume extend means extend the logical volume.
Yes. Jazakallah. Did you? Yeah, it is. Jazakallah.
Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is what time is it? Okay, yeah, we have enough. Another 20 minutes. Okay, so we'll be done with this. Okay, now do df-h. If you do df-h, this is still not ready, not available yet. That is not ideally what we want here, right? We want it to be available. So not available yet. So to make it available, you have to run this command here. To make it available, the new size, you have to run this command. Okay, the new command is clear xfs underscore grow 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 file system fs and dev mapper ZMPT01HR. Okay, you will get this output. Okay, so now I'm gonna do df hyphen h. Now you see it's available now. The HR is there. HR is bigger size now. Okay. Okay, so now if you did ZMP VGS, and how much is left now? 2 GB, right? Now
Yes.
all of a sudden all of a sudden we have a request from um, now all of a sudden database is crying that they don't have enough space. Increase database.
What was the command? XFS grows, right?
Grows, yeah. You're telling to make
But
it grow.
so
No, hold on,
is there
no.
any?
Please, you have to. It's very careful. You have to type that command.
Yeah, I missed something.
Okay, so let me bring
Hy-
that command on the screen. Okay.
It's hyphen in between that.
Underscore.
Oh, okay.
Underscore is right next to zero. You have to do the shift.
Yeah.
XFS underscore grow fs. That means that's a command here. Grow means grow file system. And which file system? Dev mapper ZMPT01HR.
Yeah, yeah, it worked now. Yeah.
Okay, so now database
It's
is,
groves.
yeah, it's like growing a tree, that's all it is. So
So
now,
are we gonna work on this on daily basis in the job?
yeah, this is very important. I'm giving you every steps you would need to be successful, and I gave you two other servers. You must practice very good from
Yeah,
the
that's what I just opened a duplicate of
uh-huh.
this and I was trying to do on that and it's messed up both of them.
Okay,
It combined
give
everything.
me give me the IP address. I'll get rid of it. I'll give you new servers. Okay, because if it's messed up, then let's start from scratch. That way you learn better, and then You have to.
It started working now.
Oh, okay.
I just cleaned everything and it's working.
Okay, good. So the more you do it, the better it gets, and this is very, very important. You will never get a job not knowing this. Okay, just be patient and then put some effort in it, and then this is exactly what I get paid for. Even I am doing this almost every day. Every day.
Okay.
So now increase the database to add another 10 GB. Okay, so now when you did VGS volume group show ZMPT01, it's not enough there. So what we're gonna do, we have to add another hard drive to this. Not enough. Enough disk space is available. Now what we need to do is we need to add another hard drive to the add another hard drive to ZMPT01 volume group. So for that, what you have to do is you have to identify the disk LSBLK, and we see here SDH is sitting there and getting wasted. So it's gas sitting there and not being used. Okay. AVAILABLE. Ready for use. Or you could also use this here SDC BCD. You could use these two. In fact, I will use one of these here. So these are also available. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, um, let me copy the diagram down here. So we're not gonna mess with the diagram. Diagram is gonna stay the same. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, now we're gonna add SD. Which one we should add? We need another 10 GB, right? So this one is eligible candidate, and this one is eligible candidate. Okay, so let's add SDD. Okay, so over here we're gonna add another drive here, SDD. Okay, slash dev slash SDD. And how much is FDD? 16 GB.
16.
Very good.
So we have
And
to do LV create.
yeah, very good. PV create, but instead of LV create, LV create is
For
no,
okay.
we do a PV create, then we do VG extend. We're gonna extend the volume group. Okay, so what color should I put in here? All right, this looks good. Okay, and this will be, instead of 34, this would be 50 GB, right? 34 plus 16 would be 50 GB. Okay, and over here, so now this one is 12 GB. Okay, and we'll come back here. We'll update this later when we are done with this. And this is going to be 20 GB. Okay, all right, now the command is command to add this to the uh, this to the volume group here. First we have to prepare it. So what we're gonna have to do is prepare the disk for LVM. So what we're gonna do is PV create slash dev slash which one we are
SDD.
using? SDD. Very good,
SDD.
very good. So this is successfully created here. Now once we create it, we're gonna add now. Okay. All right. Add to volume group. Add the dev slash SDD to volume group. So the command is VG extend.
VG extend.
So earlier command, what we did was, since we are starting off, that was we created VG create. We don't need to create a new VG. The VG volume group is already created, which is ZMPT01. We are extending it. That's all we're doing it. Okay. So what is the command? Let me clear this. VG extend. Simple as that. And what are we extending? ZMPT01. Before that, let me see VGS again. And VG extend. Okay, ZMPT01, which is here. And then what are you adding? Dev slash SDD. Okay, and I hit enter. It's successful. VGS. Now you see another 16 GB is added. 16 plus 2 is 18 GB. So this is very very compensated skill set you're learning. If you are into the Windows environment and if you're into Linux environment, if they're paying you a Windows guy $30 an hour, you're automatically getting paid $50 an hour. Okay? So this is
Okay.
very technical, employable, bankable skill here because not a lot of people know out there. And if you're able to clear if you follow everything I'm saying, you should be able to land the employment.
I never used a computer before. This is the
Well,
first
you're
time like
doing
I'm
good. Well, good.
typing.
Yeah, I mean, you are able to learn the commands and everything. So you are enough. You don't have anything in your mind. So you're just learning everything on a fresh slate. So that's good. VG extend to extend the volume group. Okay, so I'm here, VG extend. So the volume group is successfully extended. Hmm. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to follow the same thing. Extend the. So what we need to do is we need to do LV extend instead of HR. Now extend database. Instead of that, you type database. Okay? Hyphen database. And we are adding 10 GB. Alright, there you go. And it has been resized. And then there is one more command. You have to do this so that it's usable. And the command would be database. XFS grows database. And let me clear this. If you do dff and h, and there you go. Now the database is 20 GB. Okay. So master this really good, and this is all you need for a logical volume. Okay. So this is 20, and if you do VGS, how much is left? 8 GB is left. Okay. All right, I think we did enough today. So we're actually going on to more than close to, yeah, 1 hour 40 minutes total working time. Okay, so we are done with the disk management. Next week, there are a couple more lessons here, so we'll be done in another 2 weeks. Okay, and I
Sure.
will upload this, and I will. So try to work on project. It's due end of the. It's due end of the end of the class. I'm gonna also put in the assignment. Okay.
Okay. End of the project you have to do end